The concept of generations is at best useless and at worst toxic. So you may or may not know about a book written in the 90s, I believe. It was a book called Generations, and it has received some praise and some criticism. Some of the criticisms include it being unfalsifiable and things of that nature, just scientifically maybe not valid. But some of the praises include it being kind of it seems to make sense because our society goes into a predictable pattern every X amount of years or whatever. But I really don't think it's good. And the reason why I don't think it's good is because I think it really does breed toxic or negativity, really, in our society, and also divisiveness. So, like, one thing that kind of bothers me is like when people say millennials are entitled, narcissistic, or they rely on their technology too much. And that really has bad consequences. And the reason why I think, well, first off, let me first state that I don't think that it's accurate. The reason why I don't think it's accurate is because it's the same sort of premise used to stereotype groups of people. The stereotype is real, and obviously, stereotypes are, they're flawed because they're overgeneralizations. And when we so like in this instance, millennials, when we stereotype millennials, and millennials are a really large group of people, they're a really big generation. When we stereotype, millennials and other kinds of people, it's pretty much perpetuating divisiveness within our society because we're seeing them as different and seeing that their behavior is different because of their age, which is just stupid. And I think the reason why it's stupid is kind of clear. It's because that every single human is different in their own way. Now, of course, a group of people may be similar based on, common identity, and that may also include their age. But I think to make it the rule and not the exception is not really doing us any favors, because we can't say or make the assumption that all millennials are, they're relying on their technology to make that statement, or to say that they are narcissistic. It's just not healthy for our culture. And the same can be said about baby boomers. We can't say that all baby boomers are also entitled, or that they're racist, or whatever the stereotypes are. We can't make the same kind of stereotypes for them as we can for like millennials. And the whole point generations is just so stupid. And I really can't see any point to it other than to be divisive. Because if you see like how our society reacts to generations, it's usually in a distasteful manner, almost to suggest that, hey, my generation is better than your generation, because we had this and that. We didn't have this or that. And so, it kind of makes people dig deeper into their own it makes them dig deep into their coevals, so like people of the same age. It makes them want to, be like, hey, we're in this together against this other generation. It's just ridiculous, man. And honestly, I see it all the time on social media. Facebook especially is really bad with this. So it's just ridiculous. And I think it's pretty obvious why making assumptions about a group of people is wrong, because you can't say like it breeds like prejudice, because when we see someone of that age, we're like, oh, here we go, they're this millennial, he's just buried in his phone. Back in my day, I read newspapers and fucking breathe in anthrax or asbestos, and those are the good old days with lead paint. It's just stupid. Like, I really think that it's just not good for society. And that's really all I gotta say about it. The whole concept of us glorifying generations is really not good for the reasons I've stated. But I really hope that, you know, and the only thing that matters at the end of the day is that, to me at least, is that we give each other respect, we love each other, and we try to make the world a better place. And that's the only thing that really matters to me. And before anyone says anything, no, I am not a millennial, but, you know, I don't really, you know, I don't really think in terms of my identity as this or that, you know, like I'm a millennial, or that I'm a Gen Z or millennial, or I'm this or that, you know, like I think of myself as an individual, and everyone is different, and everyone has complex lives, just like you watching this video. So it's not fair to assume that this person is just like every other person their age. It's really that simple, and I feel like it's sad that I should be saying it like this. But hopefully, you know, society starts to turn its back on this whole premise. I feel like there's this constant tug of war between, you know, hey, we gotta look at each person individually and get to know them, and then we can judge them for their character. Versus, hey, everyone is like this, they're similar, so, you know, we can get away with stereotyping. I don't believe in the latter, and yeah, that's really about it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.